just fix. Okay, I think that is okay. So I look a little bit shit, but that's because I just got up from the bed and decided to make some tea, which is still too hot, and I'm waiting for it to cool down. So today is September 21st, I think. It's Sunday, and so I woke up this morning around 3:30 a.m. and that's because I had to run with my friend. I mean, waking up, I felt tired. I felt not doing. I don't feel like doing anything at all, honestly. And so there's so many things that reminded me why I had to get up, such as, if I stop, if I just stop just for once, everything will snowball and I just will lose everything. And another thing that made me get out of bed is that, the fact that if I just don't do anything at all, I will just be depressed and be sad and be miserable because I did not run. And so there's so much more reasons. But I did get up and uh, I went for a run. We did like 14 kilometers. I don't know, it's about 7 miles or something. I just divided it by two. It was a long, slow run. It was pretty decent. I wouldn't say that it's one of the yeah, it's just decent. I guess it feels a little bit difficult because the run didn't feel like I had a momentum. We had to stop for a while because of some issues, but mostly because I wasn't feeling emotionally well. But physically, mentally, I was there. But it's just my emotions have been controlling me for the rest of the run. And so my friend and I, we did talk about it, and he said that it was good that it happened and that I have learned from it, and I was open from the criticism. And it's still very heavy enough. I went home, I slept for about 3 hours just to recover. I didn't do anything today. I was planning on doing something, but, I already advanced some things, so I'm not so worried about not doing anything in the following days. Although I might have to, study a little bit. I should have studied today. That's what I've been trying to tell. Because next week is exams, and I haven't studied for any of my subjects. I have six, and I haven't got anything on my mind, which is why I'm a little bit worried, but I can't really do anything. No matter how much I try to put myself in front of my, materials, I can't really focus on it. My emotions are just overwhelmed and it's all over the place. And, it's hard for me to think that, all these fantasies that I have been thinking made it much more difficult for me to focus on things. And I can't I can't just, stop thinking about it. It's because I cared and, all these what ifs. And I sound delusional. That's why, I think that whatever those fantasies or ideas that I have of her is just my idea of her. And it's not really her, which is why it's a little bit easier to cope with this, but it's not entirely easy. And so I'm a little bit more not really into accepting stage, but I'm trying to accept that if that kind of love is not meant for me, then it's not really meant for me. It's something that I just have to grow up with. I guess I don't really know what to say to this video. Um, I just spent the whole afternoon playing games, and I didn't even do the laundry. Although I don't have to worry about the laundry because I already did like 90% of the laundry last week, and so I have a little bit of clothes to worry about. I just spent the whole day playing games and doom scrolling, trying to avoid the silence in between because, when the silence kicks in, those emotions will start to come out. And I know people would say, hey, you have to sit in the silence and just bear with it and just reflect on it. I think that there are moments that you really have to, but not all the time. I just don't want my whole day sulking on those emotions, although it's really hard for me not to think about those. And that is why I got up, made my tea, I got up, made my tea, and started filming this video. Because one of the things that I feel like is helping me move on and cope up with all of these things is by filming myself and just making a diary of how I feel. And these videos are certainly not something that I would look back. Maybe in the future, maybe when I'm all okay. But whenever I film these videos, I don't really look back on it. I don't check if I said anything wrong because I would just like to let all of what I feel out. And I don't want to edit it anymore. I got tired of editing my videos because it's not really for anybody. It's just meant for me. And if and any like random person just finds it and they find it relatable or something, then feel free to. I don't really need to please people. So I think that's why I stopped editing and putting music all over my videos. It's not really something that I'm trying to get to people. I think my tea is ready. You know, it's comforting to know that it's not the end of the world. It's comforting to know that, whatever happened 4 days ago didn't really stop the world from spinning. It's comfort. Why is it comforting? Why did I say so? Of all these things that's happening around me, there's so much worse things that has been happening around me. I'm not saying that I am invalidating myself. I'm just saying that there's so many wrong things going on in the world, but the world doesn't stop moving. And that made me think that, hey, some things might happen, can be worse, can be, it feels like it would be the end of the world, but it's not. I just have to keep moving forward. And it feels a little bit comforting to know that I am not alone. because others have been experiencing worse, or at least, they're in much worse position than me right now. And like I said, I'm not invalidating myself. I'm only saying that I'm not alone in this journey, and some people just going through the hard times, the same as I am. Now, my family doesn't know about this YouTube channel. Very few of my friends does. And those are the people that I trust with my emotions. But I doubt that they watch these videos anyways, and that's why I'm comfortable speaking out loud here. And regardless if they know, if they would watch this the whole video all throughout, I wouldn't care otherwise, because I think it's okay for us to let ourselves be known. And I don't want to cover, I don't want to sugarcoat whatever it is that I have under a fake smile and under the words of "I'm fine." I'm not fine right now. And so I think that's what I've been trying to do a little bit more the past few days. You know, I still, try to sugarcoat things, and I still try to hide some things behind my smile. But with those people that I really trust, I try to be, open to them and tell them that, hey, I'm not really fine. I'm tired. And I think being honest with myself helped me a little bit more with being comfortable with respecting myself. I think that's the first step that I am doing. I think it's progress. And why am I close to crying? It's because I feel like whoever is watching my video, I feel like that I have a huge respect for myself for being courageous enough, being brave enough to open these to people who doesn't even know me. It's not like any people, like it's not like there are people watching my videos. But when you're opening up to something, when you're opening yourself up to whoever, maybe just in front of a camera, maybe when you're just talking in front of a camera, feels like you're talking to someone else. And this is probably how it feels when you're talking to someone so close. You're so close with, or so intimate with, that you're just not holding any words back, and you're just showing all these emotions and whatnot you feel, and it feels so relieving to be able to speak these words out loud. And I think it's very important for me so that I don't go insane. Oh, and it's currently 5 p.m. I think that's why I think the lighting is a little bit going dark. I gotta open the lights. Yeah, neighbors might see me filming a video, but why do I care? I think that's one. th- I think those are the things that I just want to share with you. That whatever it is that you're going through right now, you're not really alone. And whatever it is that you feel right now is valid. I know that I've made some mistakes that, funnily enough, I don't think that I can forgive myself. But I think time will heal, and time will tell if I can forgive myself for that. And maybe, just maybe with the next relationship, if I've done everything right in my power, maybe that's the time that I can forgive myself. But right now, really no. I don't think that in a few days or in a few months I'll be able to perform well as much as I did. I already expect that my studies and my grades will flop a little harder, but doesn't that doesn't really matter to me right now. All I care is that my mental health and my emotions are in check, and my physical health, as well as my spiritual health, be all aligned with myself. You know, because if those things are not okay, then what's the point of doing all the things? I think I'm just gonna finish this tea before I finish the video. I have a lot of things to blabber about, but maybe mainly it's just my random thoughts that I have been going through for the past few days. I'm halfway there, or maybe just sit in silence with me. I've gone through a lot in life, and I'm glad that I've also found healthy ways of coping with negatives in my life, such as running and lifting, doing calisthenics, um, recording a video, spending time with friends, rock climbing or bouldering. I think I found really healthy ways. I'm really thankful, grateful, and because I'm lucky that I didn't resort to alcohol or smoking or any bad drugs, I'd say, or self harm even. I didn't resort to those kinds of coping mechanisms. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for myself that I really took care of myself. And now I think one of the funniest things that I am doing is that I stopped drinking coffee. I mean, coffee is good, but I just like tea a little bit better nowadays. Tea and milk, not combined, they're homemade. And I've been spending way less time on social media and just spending more time on myself. Although from time to time, I still check on social media, but I just don't feel like proving myself to anyone now. Of course, YouTube is a social media, but it's far from my friends and my relatives. And so they wouldn't have to find these. I don't really want attention from the people I know. Even so, I don't really want attention from anyone. I just really want these videos to be out there for something that I look back maybe when I'm older and I'm saying, "Hey, you made it there, buddy. You are here. You are safe now and secure, and you finally made it. And I'm glad that you didn't give up." Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. That was hard. I think after this video, I'm just gonna spend time on the balcony, on the rooftop, maybe just get some fresh air and then shower. I think I want to sleep earlier because I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I don't even feel like studying. But what else could I do? I don't want to. I don't even want to play games now. I just forced myself to play games today because I didn't want to do any schoolworks. I actually don't want to do anything, but not doing anything will make me feel worse. So I guess it's better to just play games than just sit and do nothing and doom scroll. Hmm. My tea is about done. It's about 20 minutes on my recording. This is a good tea, by the way. I've been drinking this for like a week now, and one tea bag I use about 3 times because it's so good and potent that I can still taste the same tea for like 3 days, 3 times the use. And so, yeah, I think for me it tastes better the second time, probably because it's already been used. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I'm done with my tea and I'm done with this video. I'm probably gonna head to rooftop. I am feeling a little bit better, and today's day 4 of trying to make myself a better man. So again, whoever is watching this video, and if you made it this far, I just want to thank you for listening to my bullshit and sticking with me. Just know that whatever it is that you're going through right now, I just want to let you know that you're not alone in this battle. And don't stop moving forward. Dankeschön.